Additionally, Michael Connelly, introduced as an author. He is an award-winning author of a series of novels, many of them featuring a fictional Los Angeles police detective, Harry Bosch, assigned to the Hollywood division. Harry, in the last novel, like over 900 Los Angeles police officers who were so frustrated with conditions in this department that they left, I'm trying to encourage Mr. Connelly to encourage Detective Bosch to return to the department in the next novel as a sign of faith in the reorganization of the organization. We've had over 150 men and women who left who have returned to our ranks. So hopefully we might be able to encourage Detective Bosch to also come back.
I'm Michael Connelly. My new book is called The Closers. In it, Detective Harry Bosch returns to the Los Angeles Police Department, much as Chief Bratton suggested. Harry is assigned to the Open Unsolved Unit, a group of detectives who call themselves the Closers because they use new methods to close old cases. This is the Avila Adobe, the place where Los Angeles was founded. Built in 1818, this is where the city started and spread far and wide from here. In his journey through the city in solving another case in The Closers, Harry makes a stop at the Adobe. It's significant because it reacquaints him with the history of this place. It reacquaints him also with his own roots and the reasons why he's still on the job. Bosch and Ryder took Los Angeles Street to the north. The first building they passed was the federal office building, and Bosch noticed that the concrete barriers erected in 2001 to keep potential vehicle bombs away from the building were still in place. The threat of danger didn't seem to bother the people in the line stretching across the front of the building. They were waiting to get into the immigration offices, each clutching paperwork and ready to make a case for citizenship. They waited beneath the tile mosaics on the front facade that depicted people dressed like angels, their eyes skyward, waiting on heaven. They crossed over the 101 freeway on the Los Angeles Street overpass. 8 lanes of crawling traffic smoked beneath them. The sun was bright, reflecting off windshields and buildings and concrete. Bosch put on his Ray-Bans. Ryder made a move to turn down Arcadia Street, but Bosch pointed towards the old Pueblo, the place where the City of Angels was founded. He wanted to take the long way and walk through. They cut through the circular courtyard where the Padres blessed the animals every Easter, and then past the Instituto Cultural Mexicano. They followed the curving arcade of cheap souvenir booths and churro stands. Recorded mariachi music came from unseen speakers, but as counterpoint was the sound of a live guitar. They found the musician sitting on a bench in front of the Avila Adobe. They stopped and listened as the old man played a Mexican ballad Bosch thought he had heard before, but could not identify. Bosch studied the mud-walled structure behind the musician and wondered if Don Francisco Avila had any idea what he was helping to set in motion when he staked his claim to the spot in 1818. A city would grow tall and wide from this place. A city as great as any other, and just as mean. Bosch pulled the fold of money from his pocket and dropped a 5 into the old musician's basket. Behind me here is Union Station, a place where Harry Bosch goes into Closers to clear his mind and to think through a case. I think Harry likes Union Station so much because it does what Los Angeles is supposed to do. When it was built, they took many different cultural influences and designs and blended them all smoothly into one grand design. Los Angeles was supposed to be the melting pot of our society, and it's not. But when Harry goes to Union Station, I think he still has hope. They crossed the street to the train station, its clock tower rising in front of them. In the front walkway, they passed a sundial with an inscription cut into its granite pedestal. Vision to see, faith to believe, courage to do. Union Station was designed to mirror the city it served and the way in which it was supposed to work. It was a melting pot of architectural styles. Spanish colonial, mission, streamlined modern, Art Deco, Southwestern, and Moorish design flourishes among them. But unlike the rest of the city, where the pot more often than not boiled over, the styles at the train station blended smoothly into something unique, something beautiful. Bosch loved it for that. Through the glass doors, they came into the cavernous entry hall, and an archway 3 stories tall led to the immense waiting room beyond. As Bosch took it in, he remembered that he used to walk over here not only for cigarettes, but also to renew himself a little bit. Going to Union Station was like paying a visit to church, a cathedral where the graceful lines of design and function and civic pride all intersected. In the central waiting room, the voices of travelers rose into its high, empty spaces and were transformed into a choir of languid whispers.